So I did these last year, and I think mine were okay. I'm pretty sure I predicted the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, which I feel like a lot of people did, or I had the Saints in it. It could have been really bad if you go back and watch it. But today, I'm just giving you my fun playoff predictions. Most of these will probably be wrong because I don't know. I'm not an expert at this. These are just for fun. Let me know in the comments maybe your championship games for the AFC and NFC and who you're predicting at winning it all. I'm using the playoff predictions website. If you just type in like playoff prediction 2021 NFL playoff like machine or something, it'll come up and you'll be able to find it. Or if you just type in like NFL playoff machine, it'll be like the second link. So yeah, we can just get into this. And yeah, by no means am I an expert. I watch like the primetime games. I watch my Steelers. Like I keep up in fantasy. I'm not watching film and breaking down every single game. So don't take my opinions too seriously, please. These are just for fun. So to start off, I don't want to do this game. This one is my most challenging one, the Ravens and Titans. I've been going back and forth who I'm predicting to win. So we'll start in the NFC. First one I think is easy, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Washington football team put off the upset because that's just how this year has gone. But I'm taking the Bucks. I'm not betting against Tom Brady against a 7-9 team. Their offense has been so good as of late, and you have Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Rob Gronkowski. Their running backs aren't too bad. Well, I think Ronald Jones is a lot better than Leonard Fournette, at least as a runner, and both of them really aren't as good as a passer and as a receiving back. But that offense is so good. And defense, they got Murphy Bunting, they got Paul. Like their defense is solid. And I'm gonna take the Bucks over Washington. That one was fairly easy. Now, this one right here, this divisional matchup, I would not be shocked. All right, if the Rams were to beat the Seahawks, like I wouldn't be shocked. But I'm going to take the Seahawks because I don't want to bet against Russell Wilson in round one. So I'm going to have the Seahawks beating the Rams in a divisional matchup. I believe Goff is going to be fully healthy. Cooper Kupp's coming off the COVID list. And I'm just not going to take them against the Seahawks, though. I think you got DK, you got Lockett, you got Chris Carson. And, like, it's mainly Russell Wilson. Like, their defense isn't that good. And Jamal Adams hasn't really been the player they're giving up 2 first-round picks for. Like, the Rams, Jalen Ramsey's probably been worth 2 first-round picks, but Jamal Adams not really looking like the value this season. So I'm going to take the Seahawks, though, just because, like, when it comes down to it, when the teams are kind of so close, I said this last year, I usually take the better quarterbacks of the two, because that's what I think it comes down to sometimes, and who usually wins these games. So we got Bears versus the Saints. Yeah, I'm taking the Saints. The Bears have been red hot. They did lose week 17 to the Packers, so the Packers, they actually tried so they can get the 1 seed. Like, David Montgomery, I thought he was horrible. He just didn't look good, and he's honestly he's been amazing. One of the best running backs to end the season. We'll see what Mitch Trubisky can do. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to work out for them, but I don't think it will. I'm taking the Saints with Michael Thomas fully healthy, Drew Brees fully healthy. We'll see what they can do. We haven't seen a lot of Brees, Kamara, and Thomas playing together this year, and then we'll see, you know, the usual Taysom Hill. But I know their defense is ranked pretty good. Yeah, I think this is where I'm going to go. One upset, but the Bucks are the favorite. It's not. These are pretty much 3 favorites. All right, NFC. We'll start off Bills Colts. I think the Bills are really good. They obviously have a really good quarterback now, and Josh Allen will finish top 5 in MVP voting. He might finish 3rd behind whatever Mahomes and Rodgers rank, whoever wins it all. They have a pretty solid defense. They have talent on the defensive end. Like, it might not rank the best, but with Tremaine Edmonds, Tre'Davious White, one of the best corners in the NFL. They had Ed Oliver, top draft pick from a couple years ago. Their offense, like, on paper, isn't the most talented. Like, they have a okay O-line. It's pretty solid, I think. Devin Singletary and Zach Moss in the backfield, nothing really crazy. But the receivers are pretty underrated with Stephon Diggs, who played like a top 3 receiver this year. Cole Beasley, pretty underrated season he had. And then you have like Dawson Knox. It's kind of interesting, like Isaac McKenzie. It's not the greatest core in the world, but it gets the job done, and the Bills were fantastic this season. The Colts have a really good and young defense with Malik Hooker. They have Darius Leonard, DeForest Buckner, who they gave up their first-round pick last year for. We'll see what Phillip Rivers can do. Jonathan Taylor had a really good end to the season, and the receiving core, not the greatest with Jack Doyle. You got T.Y. Hilton, Michael Pittman. Not the best, but we'll see what Rivers can do, see if they can pull off the upset. But I'm taking the Bills at home in Buffalo in the freezing cold. Now, we got my Steelers versus the Browns. I'm going to take the Steelers. Now, honestly, if the Steelers were facing the Ravens, I would take the Ravens. I was so nervous. I was like, please give us any team but the Ravens. I'll take Miami. I'll take the Colts. I'll take the Browns. I just did not want to face the Ravens. The Browns are going to be without their head coach. Honestly, I'd be fine if Mike Tomlin or Art Rooney came out the second, so I believe Art Rooney, the original owner's grandson, like if he just came out and said, we're fine, NFL, move the game to Tuesday or Wednesday, we want the Browns to be at full strength. I would love to see Joel Bitonio be in this game because he's the longest tenured Brown, so it really sucks he can't play in their playoff game this year, and it would really suck if they lose and he can't even play in it all, and Kevin Stefanski, he did a great job for them this year, and it sucks that they won't be able to be there. So I'd be fine if the Steelers were able to move this game to like Tuesday or Wednesday, but then they would have to move whoever wins that game the next game on, and they might have to keep doing that, which I guess would be annoying, but I think it would be nice to see the Browns at full strength. But I still think the Steelers are better team. The running game, obviously the Browns have a really good running game, the Steelers not as much. On the offensive end, like the Steelers, I think they match up well against the Browns D-line with their O-line, and their secondary isn't that good, so I would trust Ben in a playoff game at home with Claypool, Deontay, Juju, Eric Ebron, James Conner, and he hasn't gotten sacked a lot this season against that Browns team. And then for like the Browns offensive side, Cam Hayward, and especially with Joel Bitonio out, Cam Hayward's kind of eat up there, I guess, whoever's going to fill in at guard. They'll have Stephon Tuitt fully healthy. And then it really just, and like Tyson Alualu, and then like TJ Watt. It really sucks they're without Bud Dupree, where he tore his ACL, but Alex Highsmith has been a really good replacement, the rookie out of UNC Charlotte this year. And then obviously Bud Dupree got hurt, Devin Bush, which really sucks, and Robert Spillane also got hurt. I don't think he's going to be playing in this game, so we'll see if Vince Williams and Avery Williamson and Marcus Allen, who's a safety playing linebacker, could step up. I think it will be close because it's a divisional game, and the Browns are talented. I'm just going to take the Steelers. I don't know if that's a little bit biased, but I'm going to take them. And then this one, man. I don't know. This one is so tough predicting who's going to win. I've been going back and forth. I'm like, the Ravens ended up 11-5. Yeah, they only ended up one game worse than the Steelers, and they've been playing so well to end the season. So I'm like, oh, do I take the Red Hot Ravens or the Titans who beat the Ravens before? And like, they're going to be at home. You can slow down the time or the game, run the ball, eat up the time of possession, give it to Derrick Henry, who's just a monster when it's late in the season. I'm going to go the Ravens. This one is a toss-up. You could say Titans, you could say Ravens. I'm going to say the Ravens, and that's what I'm going to go with. This would be a very good second weekend, these games. Oh my god, these would be amazing. So, we'll start off in the AFC. Steelers-Bills, they played once in the regular season, did not work out. I think it'll be pretty close, but I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills in this game. I think their offense is really good. It kind of towards the Steelers secondary. I don't remember. Joe Hayden might have been out in that game, but still, I think we're going to see one of the Steelers' young guys step up, either if it's Cam Sutton, Mike Hilton, who are both free agents, and both are probably going to get paid. But I think the Bills will win this game. It'll be very close, and I think the Steelers could win this game 100%. I'm not going to say I would bet my life savings on the Bills, but if I had to bet something, I'd bet the Bills. And then Chiefs-Ravens, I'm going to take the Chiefs team. So I guess the bet means home field advantage. Oh, no, coming off a bye. Gotcha. But yeah, it's just so hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes. I think Lamar versus Patrick would be a great, or why do I call him Patrick? Lamar versus Mahomes would be fantastic, and it'll be super entertaining. I just don't want to bet against Patrick Mahomes this early and losing in round one. But hey, they could. They went 14-2 this season. And then in the NFC, I think I'm going to take the Seahawks over the Saints. Comes down to I feel like they're kind of similar in talent. Saints are definitely a little bit more talented, but I think it's close enough where I'm going to take the better quarterbacks of the two. And I'm going to go the Seahawks now. Since the Seahawks are going to be my NFC Championship game, they're probably going to lose a wild card weekend. Probably the case, but this game, all these games are close, and I could see all these teams winning. Besides the Ravens. I don't think, or if the Ravens or Titans, I just can't see the Chiefs losing in round two. And then Packers-Bucks, I'm taking the Packs. The Packers, who are just, I think, a little bit overrated on the defensive end, but they still have talent there with Jair Alexander, this Preston Smith, Darius Smith, Adrian Amos, and then obviously they might have the MVP this year in Aaron Rodgers, and the best receiver this year, who didn't play 3 games, Devontae Adams, and they have a great running back in Aaron Jones, but they don't utilize him enough as they should. He'll be a free agent, but yeah, I think I have my championship game set. We have a 1 versus 3 and a 1 versus 2. Try to switch it up a little bit, not do 1 versus 2 on each side. Conference championship, I am taking the Chiefs. I do think the Bills are the best suited team in the AFC to go up against the Chiefs, and I think it'll be a fun one. But I'm taking the Chiefs. The Chiefs offense is up here. The Bills offense is up here too, and then I feel like the Bills defense is a little bit better than the Chiefs defense. But at the end of the day, like I say, I usually take the better quarterback of the two, and Patrick Mahomes is better than Josh Allen. So I'm taking the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl. They're just so good. Even when Mahomes struggles, it seems like they're always up. It always seems like it. And Tyreek Hill, who's having a great year, and they have a wide receiver, one, a tight end, and Travis Kelce. They've had, I'm not too sure if Clyde Edwards-Helaire will be playing right away. I think he will be. They have Le'Veon Bell. They have a solid O-line, and then they have some playmakers on the defensive end, but it's still not a great defense. And then over here, Kind of want to take the Seahawks, but I'm going to take the Packers. Yeah, 2-1 seats. I suck. I know, right? Like, it's not fun when you do that. Yeah, you want to be a little bit different, but I think these are the two best teams in their respective conferences, and it'll be tough for teams to go through Lambeau and through Arrowhead, so I'm taking those two. And then the Super Bowl, this will be a good game. Rodgers versus Mahomes, the two MVP candidates. Man, I'd love that. That would be so entertaining. I'm going to take the Chiefs. I feel like the Chiefs are so good. I don't know. It's a boring pick. It's probably not as fun. But I'm going to take the Chiefs over the Packers. And these are my playoff predictions here right now. Let me know what you disagree with in the comments below. I'm sure somebody will get upset. If you're a Packers fan, maybe. Or maybe you're happy that I brought you to the Super Bowl. Or maybe you're a Browns fan and you'll be upset that I said they're going to lose to the Steelers. Or a Rams fan. Or a Titans fan. You can let me know down below. But yeah, these are just for fun. They're just my predictions. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Drop a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.